get things started tonight with Varsity girls basketball. First of all, I want to thank God for allowing me to be able to do this sport that I love. Coach, I love it. I want to thank Coach Phil, Bowling Green School, for giving me the opportunity and believing in me to coach the kids, the students, the cheerleaders, the dance teams, supporting us throughout the season. The players were believing in me and having to deal with it. Because I can be a little too much sometimes. Mr. Chris Bird for announcing the home games, the parents and the students for the support, Ms. Lindy Spears for keeping the books, Mr. Brian Taylor and Ms. Michelle Shilling for keeping the clock at our home games, Mr. Garrett III for having the best concession stand in the MAIS, and I think y'all can all agree with that. The faculty for working the gate, the Burkers for videoing the away games and helping me use the huddle. Coach Martin, Coach Ashley for being there for me. It was they filled in for me whenever I wasn't there, or if I needed to run out and answer a phone call from a coach or something like that, they was always there. And then also calming me down during games. Because I think she had to pull me back a few times and tell me, all right, Jerry, don't get technical now. And then last but not least, my wife, Hayden, she supported me in the basketball teams all season. And being my #1 fan, we came home a lot late at nights and never heard anything from her. She was right there. And she's not from a basketball family. So when I think she fell in love with him a little bit, hopefully. So, because we had a baby girl coming, and believe it or not, I think the pregnancy brain kind of leaked over to me a little bit here and there. So, there are some things I forget throughout the season, but I want to thank her for the support throughout the season. All right, let's start off with, All right, we'll start with the first one, Lydia Tullis. Lydia's a 10th grader. She will play a big role for us next year. All right, next 10th grader is Berkeley Goins. She got a great shot. She can shoot the ball. If we can get her to work on her quickness and her strength, she's going to be another one that can come help us next year also. Another 10th grader, Kylie Creel. Kylie did really good for us last summer, and I think she had an ankle problem right here and there throughout the season, but she's very smart on the court. She can shoot the ball real well, and I believe that we're going to have a deep bench next year, so I think she's going to be able to come and help us out. Next 10th grader is Joey Claire Dupont. Joey Claire, she's got all that athletic ability. If I can just get her to put it together on the court and have her ready to play, she's going to be something. Lena Martinez, 10th grader. Lena's seen a lot of action this year on the varsity team, and with that, she was recognized as honorable mention District 4-5A. Next up is Claire Warnock. Claire Warnock stepped up big for us in South State tournaments, and toward the end of the season, South State and state tournament, we had an injury a few injuries here and there. She stepped up and played some big minutes for us, and with that, she was also honorable mention District 4-5A. Kelly Reed. Kelly was new to us this year. She came from LeBron, and she could put it all together on the basketball court. She was really tough. She showed some things for us, and she was also named honorable mention District 4-5A for us as well. Junior Claire Wascom. Claire is kind of rehabbing from the first 5 games of the year, I believe. She's trying to come back from the injury she had in the football season, I believe. And she showed we got to get her to score more for her. That's what we're missing out of her, is scoring. But defensively, you tell her to go get on somebody, and she'll run through this great ball right here for us. And with that, she was named second team all District 4-5A. Chloe Bertrand. Now, I wish every kid in this building had work ethic this girl has. Coach Bill, he'd always saying, man, this girl's in the gym at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. She's always in the gym working at the school. She's in the gym. And with that, her offense, I think, they soared this year. She helped us a lot with scoring. Her shooting got better. So teams had to respect her and get up to guard her. And defensively, you put her on the point guard, they're not getting past half court most of the time. And with that, she was like the second team on District y'all know, y'all seen her play longer than I have, and she can play. And with that, she was first team all district 4-5A. And our long senior, Peyton Dupuy. Peyton was a big time shooter for us. There's a lot of games that she couldn't really get going because teams was in her face guarding. They had a hand in her face at all times. There's some games where she couldn't even get open. They wouldn't. And I tell Peyton, Chloe, Claire, the rest of them, I said, look, just drive the ball to Peyton's side. Because you're going to get to the goal because they're not going to help off Peyton. I think Brooke Hayden's game, she got a little upset with it. But I think the fourth grade girl marked her face to face the whole game. But Peyton, we're going to miss her shooting next year. She really helps us out. She did some big shots for us. I know the Christmas tournament, I think it was high. She made like 5 in a row. And we was down by 10, 12, so when she came, she put us right back in the ball game. And for girls, we're going to be missing a lot of shooting next year from Peyton leaving. So we're going to need some help. All right? We need some filling in the roles for us. And with that, Peyton was named second team on district 4-5A. I told them a few weeks ago, I said, girls, this is our year. We had a tough district this past year, rotating the girls. They went on to win the state championship. They were loaded. Kapaya, y'all know, y'all seen them. They was my high school boys team. And we had a few teams here and there, Lee, Simpson, and we're only losing one player. And I hate it has to be Peyton or losing, but I think this team right here, if they get in the gym, they work at it, they could be right there holding that state championship next year. And it wasn't the season that we was all expecting, but it was a fun season. I enjoyed really coaching the high school girl. I'll give it up for the Lady Bucks. Just practice moves, get around the varsity guys. I mean, that helps a lot. You can be a younger guy, come up and practice with the varsity guys and get pushed around by Trent Coach is freshman. 10th grader, Dylan Hamilton. He showed a lot of good in practice. He shoots, he like above the practice. I think he shot pretty good throughout the season. We got to work on his confidence, but I think he can help us out a lot next year at the guard position. 10th grader, Tucker Pittman. Tucker, he brings in here, he practices, he pushes hard, he pushes Dre, he pushes around, he brings a lot of energy, and if I can get him to relate that to the actual game, we will be tough too. 10th grader, Cameron Seal. Cameron came to us 10th grade this year. He showed a lot of defensive efforts on the court. Cam also shot the ball. He did some big shots for us. I told him, I said, well, we got to get that work on the elbow. And elbow straight to shoot, working on that shot a little bit. But defense, I have to put him on the best play. We get out there and play hard. He was kind of like our Dennis Rodman. He didn't back down from anybody. It's like on the court. He didn't have to do his work. But Cam, he got honorable mention this year 4-5. 10th grader, Preston Gerald. Preston has all athleticism. He's came a long way, but I know one thing, he's another one I can put on somebody and tell up in the middle of the season, it's tough. RJ, I've been around RJ, he knew my system, and knew the things I wanted to do. And I think with the ball in his hands, he really did help us. I looked at the stats at the end of the year. Our turnovers is down in the games he's played. He had more turnovers because he's trying to force a lot. I asked him though, I told him, I said, hey, try to make things happen for us, because we had 5 or 6 times making things happen at the point guard position. But RJ, he's been putting the work in for us. But 10th grade RJ Hard, we also got honorable mention District 4 5. 10th grade Zeke Burger. I always said, well, I wish I was about 6'5". When nobody else stopped me. But Zeke has a lot of potential, guys. I try to tell him all the time, but we can shoot like that. You have all the things, the brain, the field, the athleticism, he has to go on that next level. And with that, Zeke got the second team on District 4 5. All right, junior Nate King. Nate may not play a lot. He played here in any game, but I take one thing. Nate made us a better team because Nate come out of practice and he was the definition of making teammates work hard at practice. He guarded them. He got after everybody at practice. I think he got Weston, he got Preston, whoever he guarded. He even guarded Drake and see sometimes with post. So he made us a better player at practice, better team in practice. All right, junior Weston Bush. Weston could just put it all together and just keep it going. He's tough. Weston Bush, he won the game with J.A. and Paya. He played at J.A. at Paya, and I think he went off for like 15 points and probably scored 8 or 10 points in a row. And I'm like, Weston, why don't you do that every time? But Weston, he got all the mental District 4 5 every point. Grader, Wyatt Phillips. All right, Wyatt, he helped us a lot in practice too. He had it tough at practice. Guarding Hunter, guarding Gray. He was a post player. Wyatt's really not a post player, guys. He's more of a guard. But if I asked him, with Wyatt, when you go with guard post, he'll go in there and he'll guard. He helped us at practice, made us a better team at practice as well. Let's see, junior Drake Hillsworth. Another player, he can put it all together. He can win something. Drake's a big guy. He's never wrong to shoot for us. And Drake got second team on District 4 5. Senior Morgan Rett. We were a few games in, I think Morgan needed. He's like, man, we got there to play. He told Hunter to ask Coach Junior. So he Hunter come over and asked him and said, yes, we do Morgan on our team. Morgan's another one, just like Nate, just like Wyatt. They went out there, made us a better team in practice, helped us out. And we're going to miss Morgan. He's a great team player. Anybody would love to have on their team. Senior John Robert Watson. John Robert was, he hadn't played in a year or two, and I hated it because this kid, I remember him in 7th grade, and I was here last week and he could play. And it hurt him a little bit, but I'll tell you right now, John Robert had the best 3-point shooting percentage for us. He shot 50% from 3-point line. And I got the stats to prove it. But with that, he had some big shots for us in the district. He named honorable mention District 4 5. Right here, that R right there show you that being in the weight room helps me so much. Because this kid got in the weight room last year after I don't think we really lifted weights that much. I think Coach Field was like, you got to tell the boy that we did weight room. So I first this year. He was the first team all district 4-5. Just like the girls, Old Forest went out there and they competed. They got state runner-up this year in our district. Our district thought. We went from fourth last year to third this year, and we just want to keep getting better every year. And like I told them, I believe we really can compete with Old Forest and Sibley and all them, and even since they're losing a lot of guys, and we're right here with it. We got to keep working guys, keep getting in the gym. And I'm excited for next year. I'm going to lose these 2 seasons right here, but it's going to be okay. We're going to be right back up there next year. Thank y'all.
All right, I'm Coach Matt, head coach's baseball team. Basically, I want to get started with some of our thank yous as well. That's basketball, our administration, Coach Field, David for stepping in, helping us with being at all the ball games, helping us with the junior high stepping in. Buddy of mine that was at every single ball game, helping me prep and get the field ready and keep the staff hot for me. Appreciate all you did for me. Emily and Mike Phelps. Always been it over backwards to do everything and everything when I call them and ask, and I appreciate them filling in and helping us this year. Ray Grove, Chris Galloway, the new hit facility that's going up, and things that they've done to help benefit our program. It's big family. We appreciate them. Ellen Murphy for the media. My wife, like I said, some of y'all know this season could get rough at times. She put up with a lot, so I want to thank her. And I want to thank all my parents. The support that I had through this year, I have to say it was overwhelming with the parent support that I had. And look, I was there. All right, I saw it. I was part of it as well. And the district play that we had, it was not good. And we underplayed, and that falls on nobody but myself. Like I said, in this game, although we play in a tough district, we've got a good group of young men. And they did battle, and they did give me what they had. And if things come, I just want y'all to know that I'm not looking at that as something that's being settled upon. Okay, it's aimed at me just like it's aimed at y'all. And we're going to do what we have to do with this other group coming up. And there's going to be some adjustments and things made that's going to get us to where we want to be. So I want to thank you, parents, for y'all support and sticking by me through this season once we hit district. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask all my baseball players to come and stand up here on the side, and I'm going to call one by one and recognize them. All right, I'm going to start with my lone freshman. I had a freshman that was with us this year. What a great kid he is. Come in and play in center field. Really improved in all aspects. He's getting better, learning the game in my system, and that was center fielder Trent Pitt. Got a big sophomore class. This one, like I said, when you think of teammates that you want on your team, this is kind of the ones that you want. Gets along with everybody, he's there every day, works his butt off, steadily improving each and every day, puts in extra work after practice, and that is left fielder Wyatt Phillips. The next one is right-hand man, always with him, putting in that extra work and improving, arm strength's getting better, and that's another outfielder for us, Sawyer McHugh. This next one, I have to brag on this a little bit, and he really come on strong for us at the end of the year. If he could have thrown this way, if I'd have got him to catch on what he was doing earlier, what he was doing late, he would have been huge broke his nose and stuff. Like I said, the dude went and battled his way back. You could tell that, you know, every time he stepped in the box, that was still in a little bit in the back of his mind. But a lot of talent right there, going to be big for us moving forward. And that's Holden Contreras. Next sophomore that we had was a surprise. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't expecting him to come along the way that he did. He was very big for us on the bump, turned into be one of our big guys. And this year, like I said, he's got potential coming out of Varsity. And hopefully, over the summer, we're able to harness some things, get him some training into different areas, and he continues to be big for our program. And for that, he was also named second team all-district, and that was Green Grove. Next kid, I hate to give him too many compliments, but I am tonight. This kid here, I've coached a lot of hitters in my years. Did he always perform the most in district play? Not always, but I can tell you as far as pure talent, one of the top hitters that I've ever coached. Did he have down times at certain times? We put a lot of pressure on him. He was always, it seemed to be the guy up at the plate that we were dependent on, and he's come through with us countless times. Very special kid, and I can tell you one of the pieces, if his average would have been a little bit higher in district, he would have been an easy first teamer. But that was our first baseman and catcher, and that was Bubby Bryan, our forward. He played 17 all district. All right, on to our junior class, big junior class that we have. This one come to us from Town. This one's one that just everybody likes. He's there all the time, and I tell you what, at the end of the year, he learned how to bunt pretty dang good. So we'll see if we can build off of that next year. Special kid, good family, and that is outfielder Reggie Later. I told several kids about this one. Several coaches about this one. He's well known, and I'm gonna be honest. If I didn't have this kid this year, I don't know if I would have stayed safe. This guy is the guy you want. All right, he keeps you laughing nonstop. He is a guy that there's not one person you will ever find that does not like this guy. He come to us this year from for us. He wasn't eligible for us to play. He always liked to make several comments about him not being a junior JV player. But like I said, this kid is one of the ones that I really hope to build around. And like I said, he's a key player. Looking forward to his success, and that's Sam Blanchard, third baseman. This next junior, a couple of me actually from Mount Herman, another special kid that you just can't help but love, great family. One of them that works hard all the time, nonstop. He puts in a lot of extra work, and he's always one of the last ones there cleaning and doing what you want him to do. Special kid that I love dearly, and that's first baseman Austin Boyd. Next one's another special kid that we have, and you can say special kid, they really are. They're special kids. So like I said, this next one was an outfielder that we have. Started a couple games in outfield for us, and has the potential to be one of our main guys next year in the outfield. Hopefully he can continue to progress and get stronger. Great kid here, and that is Mr. Jake Galloway. Next one, could have easily been named our defensive MVP on our team. This one here played second base for us. We never was able to really get his bat going the way that he's capable of, but defensive-wise, is about as automatic as it comes. Was very big for our program, and like I said, once we get his bat going and stuff this over the offseason, we get him stronger. Next season's good things to come, and that's second baseman Grayson Smith. Next one was a transfer that we had from Pine, one I have dear love for as well. Last year, like I said, he come in, called a lot for us. This year, kind of the same thing, but we converted him also to pitching. And like I said, had a pretty decent year behind the plate. Not as big as we wanted to always have, but like I said, a lot of capabilities there. Hopefully can build and make a lot better things to come next year and be one of our centerpieces that we build around, and that is our catcher, Caden Slover. He was also named second team all. Next one was, I would have to say, our most consistent player all season. This one here, you know, from the beginning to the end, was a guy that hitting-wise was very consistent. Not for the season, but for our district play, he was our highest batting average on the team. We moved him to lead off. We moved him all around the field, playing shortstop, third base, second base, pitching. And like I said, he's a utility guy that was, I mean, he had an incredible year, I thought, for us. Obviously, other people felt the same way because finishing last in the district, to have multiple people or have two people named first team was kind of an honor, and they gave it to utility player, first team all district, Ben Galloway. Last year, I want to speak about is obviously a special one that means a lot to me. Come with me from Mount Herman when I transferred over. Hitting-wise, did not have the year that we was expecting him to have. Pitching-wise, did everything and more that I could ask for him to do. Like I said, defensively was pretty good, and it's one of our center, like our bell cow, I guess we could say, on the bump that we kind of build around and go after teams with. He's going to be the guy that we go after, you know, him and Remy and some of Gabe and a couple of other guys that we're building around for next year, and we got to get some more to build around with him. But this kid was selected to the MAIS Futures All-Star game as a pitcher, was also named first team all-district as a pitcher, was selected our team MVP, Cy Young, Grayson Payne. All right, on to our senior class. Like I said, this is a good group that we had. I am going to miss it dearly. This one, the first one I'm going to talk about was one of the biggest surprises that we had, or that I had. He stepped up and did a lot of good things that, especially with the bat, a lot of people didn't expect. He led our team in batting average and was there all the time. And like I said, this kid, he would get so low that he was just hard at those strikes too. He was hard at those strikes, and when he made mistakes, he made you pay. Now, he made me look like a dummy sometimes trying to take extra bags, you know, turning a double into a triple. But like I said, he was a very special player. Going to miss him greatly. And like I said, he was named second team all district as a DH, and that's third base for the team. All right, Kai isn't here tonight, but I did just want to speak briefly on him. Kyle was a guy that transferred in from Oak Forest, and just a special kid that I greatly appreciated having. He was a guy that was in practice every day, and I selected him to receive the Buccaneer Award for our team this year, and that was Kyle. All right, next one was our center fielder this past year. He batted 9 for us all year, really improved in a lot of areas. I can tell you one thing that we're going to really miss having him around for is his speed. He was able to get the balls that most people weren't able to get to. And this year with a bat, I mean, like I said, his swing ain't the prettiest, that's a lot. Okay, when you look at his, but he does make contact and he's really fast. So when he puts it in play, it's very effective, and then you can run still with him and do a lot of things. But this one was named our most improved player, and honorable mention all district, Kyron Cowell. All right, the next one didn't battle injuries all year, full supply running track. But like I said, he was a big player for us, played right field. He ended up tying and ultimately getting the Ricky Henderson Award, which is the most stolen bases, and was named honorable mention all district. He pitched for us, special kid that we're going to miss, and that's J.D. Nichols. All right, and the last one I want to talk about, last senior, is another one that actually really come on strong this past year, especially defensively. Defensively, you know, we had a defensive MVP that we gave, and look, there were certain people from Grayson to Ben to a bunch of this one, I kind of went back to the putouts. He had a lot of games where balls were hit. He was able to use that rifle of an arm to throw people out. And like I said, we didn't get him with a stick, but he did hit one along the way. So he did have one bomb on the year. And that was senior left fielder. And he was ranked named honorable mention all district and defensive MVP, Josiah Miller. All right, real quick, and I know I've taxed your patience. Like I said earlier, this is a special group. Once again, I saw what we had, what we went through once we hit district play, and things will improve. Like I said, this summer there's a lot of things that I really need them as well as you as parents to buy into. One of them being the weight room. I know the football players will be there, but as far as my baseball only guys, just having 2 or 3 show up to give me those workouts, it's not. I'm gonna be singing the same tune again next year if things don't change, because our district does not get easy. And I can tell you this is a core group that we can do great things with, but it's going to take them getting on board and improving. And there's a lot of actions that we're going to do to try to improve that. I want to thank y'all once again, these players, parents, and like I said, thank y'all for all y'all do.
First off, I just want to once again just thank everybody and anything in the track this year. A few people I want to thank is I would like to thank my wife, John King, for helping me at practices whenever I need it, and also Ms. Hayden Edwards, thank you for taking your time out to come out there and help when needed. Also, Coach Page, I want to thank you for coming out and to the meets. To help with anything ever needed, you were there. I would appreciate you. Thank you for that. Ms. Ellen also, for any time we needed any winners, she was up there in Winston. So thank you, Ms. Ellen, for that. And also the state parents, for your support, for coming out and supporting these young men and women. So thank you for that. I just want to say that this year was a better year. It was growing year, and that's what we've been talking about doing, just growing. Get more kids out. I can't say probably next year, most of you young men and women in here, you get ready to come to recruit you. Because we're going to try to fill every spot out we possibly can. But I was proud of them. I thought we put in a lot of effort competing. And of course, we had many more that advanced to South State this past week. And then we also had 2 continued on to state this coming week. So we're just really proud of them. I will name the winners this year before we get started, and I'm going to talk to names when we get their certificates. I do know in our district, Jace Miller finished 4th in the 200-meter run. Kyron Coward finished 4th in the 100-meter run. Josiah Miller finished 3rd in the 100-meter run. Joey DuPont finished 3rd in the 110 hurdle and 2nd in high jump. Zeke Burford came in 3rd in long jump. Josiah Miller finished 4th in shot put. Trinity Miller finished 4th in shot put, and on 4x2 relay team, boys came in 3rd. Russell Wilson, Preston, Gerald, Trey Champagne, and Zeke Burford. Also, this past week, Zeke Burford advanced to state. He went to South State and finished 3rd in the long jump. And also, Joey DuPont went to South State, and she finished 1st in the high jump, and also 2nd in the 110 hurdle. So those 2 will be going on next week. I'm just very proud of them. They all showed effort. They worked hard, and I'm just excited to see it grow each year. And like I said, another thing we do is just get more kids out to compete, and try to go for the next goal will be try to win a district, and then go on from there. This time to match the girls. They competed with us in Varsity track. My colleague Lincoln's come up and grab a certificate, please. This first one is going to be a freshman. I really, as expect a lot out of her, and she did everything I expected. I told her at the beginning of the year, I said, look, you're going to have to run a lot. You're going to run for JV in high school. That's just it. You may run 6 events, 5 events, but all I ask you to do is do your best because you're a freshman. And, you know, this is a big major sport for you. And look, she always has nothing but success. She does very good. She works hard and never question. And look, I'm excited to see her grow in this sport, and that's freshman Reach Williams. Next freshman, also the same thing. You know, I push them and I ask them. You know, I challenge them. And this is another one. They say things. JV in high school, and she would do it. Whatever I asked her to do, she would do it. That's freshman Vera Hack. Next one is Jalen Manning. She did a lot of work. She worked hard. She did a big one relay team for us this year. Another one just takes. She works really hard. Never has a question. Never hesitates. And she just does everything she has. Jalen Manning. Next one is Rebecca Raymond. Rebecca just looked her. She's a hard worker. She's always saying, hey, coach, I'll do it. Hey, whatever you need, let me do it. You know, and look, hey, when you put her to it, she will. She doesn't get things, so I like her effort. She did really good for us this year. Next one is it's her first year coming out. She went over to the shot put. She tried to distance out. But you know, look, hey, she did really well. Advanced to South State. That's Junior Trinity Miller. Another one that's the first year. Like I said, she come out and do through shot put for us, did a very good job and Sarah Beth Pope. Next one is Joey Claire DuPont. I told you what she's advanced on, what she had accomplished this year. She's only hoping to continue to success when she goes to state. That's the one's going to be Kimberly Reed. Kimberly Reed. This is our varsity girls track team this year. And like I said, I'm very proud of them. As you can see, you know, we don't have a lot of them. And so next year, let's get ready. I'm coming. We're going to knock on the doors. We're going to get you out here, girls. Get ready. Now we'll go with the boys. The first one is going to be Dylan Stovall, freshman. Also another freshman. That helped us, and like I said, I'll tell you, I don't have the certificate here, and but I'm gonna tell you, I really was pleased, really very impressed with this young man this year. He come out and run the distance for us, 1600, 3200. He ended up going to the JV. I had 1 week. He competed in the distance runner for JV, the distance runner for high school. Never complained. I'm gonna tell you, and that's what we really needed. We needed some distance runners, and this young man come up here and he done that. Very proud of him. I can tell you right now, this is going to be a good sport for this young man, and that is freshman Colby Roberts. Next one is junior Chandler Butt. Distance. Once again, another man that's been young man's been doing this for a couple of years, and I'm excited to see him grow each year. This is going to be a senior, and come out this year. He hasn't done track. I don't know if he done it, if he has to get since junior high. And again, you know, one thing about track, you got to knock on the doors for kids to come out to compete. And I'm really going to walk up there and teach the coach on the track. So one thing about it, I've learned how to recruit. I got to get better at it. And with this young man, I knew he'd be the guy that would do it, and he'd work hard at it. And that's senior Jacob III. John Parker Bromfield. Next one is sophomore Russell Wilson. He knows that I like him a lot, and I'll push him, I'll work him, and I'll get on to it. But one thing about it, he always answers it, and he fires right back, and really like that young man. He works very hard. Next one is Pierce Jenkins. This is a young man that come out this year, another one's never done it. Same thing again, walking to the doors, knocking on, hey, you're going to do it. You have no choice, really. And okay, we're going to do it. And he comes out and runs the distance with us, does 800-meter run for us. Next one is also 800-meter runner is Austin Bobiak. Next one is a junior, and that's Luke Watson. Jude Rawls. I do have one story on this. We was going to Silver for the first track meet. If I'm not mistaken, he just had golf the day before. And he comes up to me, I asked him to stay in school, and I said, Jude, you're running 400-meter run, son. And he goes, oh, okay, you got a top, a short boot, I got a jersey top, you're going to Silver. And this young man, you know, look, Silver is known for track. They're very good. They win it every year, just about a 5A. And this young man comes out 400-meter run, and he wins first place. Next is Trey Champagne. Trey's a hard runner for us. He mixed it up between 400, 200, 4x2 relay. Did a great job for us. Next one is Preston Gerald. Preston was running open 200 for us, also 4x2. He was part of that group, 4x2 relay for us to make it to South State. Next one is senior Morgan Barrett. Okay, senior Evian Baker. I tell you what, he done a great job for us past 2 years. And one thing about him, I'm not going to forget is his stories. And he has some good ones. I'm going to miss that, baby. I sure will. Jace Miller. Jace is a junior that came to us this year. And look, I mean, you know, Coach Jerry hit it earlier, and I'm big on the weight limit. It doesn't matter what sport you play. Girls or boys, the weight room is very vital, very important. And it just shows when that individual stays in the weight room and is constantly training the right and proper way. This young man come in here and he's been doing that. And man, within 5 to 6 months, he has changed so much. His speed, and he was a big asset to us on our relay team in Open 200. And like I said, he went on and made the South State 200 run. Our next senior is Josiah Miller. Josiah was a part of, we had a really good 4x1 relay team. And he also made it to the South State Open 100. And, we played second in district in our 4x1 relay team that we was DQ for getting out of lane. But like I said, that's, Haydenville, that's a good group. We expect to go state with that group. Like I said, our time was, we went to PCS in the 4x1 relay as well, and we finished second overall. That was with 21 schools. There 6A public schools, 5A public schools, and you talk about Jackson Academy, Brett being there, and we ended up coming second place in the 4x1 relay boys team, and he was a part of that. Next year is Kyron Cowell. Kyron's also part of that 4x1 team. He also made the South State in the Open 100. And he's just been really good for it. He's another one. And actually, look at these young men up here. I basically had to run them all down and do it. And once they got here, they fell in love with it, and they stuck with it, and and really took it serious, And this last one is going to be sophomore Zeke Burford. Zeke will be going to state this week to compete in the long jump. And this is his second year in a row that he's done that, him with Joey DuPont. And look, I'm very proud of this young man. I think he has a lot of bright future in this back end. And so the last one, this young man, he did not run a sprint. He did not do a long jump. He didn't jump a bar. Really, he was just a guy that just made track practice fun. And he took that clipboard and he wrote a bunch of names and times down. And I tell you what, he went to these track meets and look, he was a coach. And I asked this young man to be my assistant coach. And he did just that. So I'm going to introduce our assistant track coach, Mr. Cameron Steele. So this is our track team this year. Once again, like I said, I thank everybody who come out and support us. I thank these young men that we're able to put in the work. And, we're not done yet. We're going to state this week. And, so just thank y'all again for supporting these young men and women. And thank y'all for everything.
While they're getting up here, there's a few people I'd like to thank. First off, Keith Estes. He identifies as the golf coach. It's pretty hilarious. But he is a great help. He is always a phone call away if I'm on business or something. He's always there. And it's good to have somebody we can count on to be there with the kids. The second one I want to thank is the assistant coach, Ms. Laura Sheridan. Everything we did this year with the golf bags, we all matched. We looked like a team. I mean, it was a great feeling. Everybody enjoyed it. It was all her doing, and I appreciate that very much. Not to mention, we hosted South State this year. She organized every bit of that. We've received numerous compliments from all your big schools, as we would call them, on what a great event that was. So thank you very much, Ms. Lloyd. I'm gonna say golf, we always go last every year. This year we wasn't last, wasn't even close. We have beat everybody we went up against on the boys' side. We lost one match all year long, and we came in second place with 9 teams there. Good job, gentlemen. Over the last 4 years, we've had 3 or 4 young ladies that have always played. Started with Taylor, and Cammy, and Madison. And every year we always have one that comes out. It kind of surprises me a little bit. Well, this year that would be Miss Libby. The last tournament of the year against Columbia and our girls, she took first place. Good job, Libby. The next young lady, Miss Ayla, when I first seen her, I thought she was going to blow over. It was cold. She was struggling to stand up. Her uniform or whatever she had on was blowing all over the place. And then she swung the golf club and stopped the track. Absolute gorgeous swing. She has a tremendous amount of potential. She won her share this year of matches. Always was competitive. I failed to mention Miss Libby's in 7th grade. That's the future. And Saba's in 9th grade. That's the future. They have already garnered looks from college coaches that are at our tournaments, and I'm proud of both of y'all. Ava Shepherd. Next young lady's been with me a couple of years now. She thinks she's double jointed. We haven't figured it out. But every time she makes a bad swing, that's what she says the problem is. So, we'll see. We're going to have it examined. Miss Elena Neal. The next young lady come on strong when she got there after basketball. And I was glad when she showed up because I seen some of the others getting complacent in their pecking order, and she mixed things right up right away. She had a good season. We had hoped she would make it to South State, but we just didn't have enough time to get there. We only had 3 tournaments, but she played well in them. She set 2 personal bests this year. And she was only 6 or 7 strokes away from qualifying for South State. So she can make it next year, Miss Chloe Bertrand. The last young lady is not here tonight. She texted me today at prior engagements. Every year my wife and I give out 2 scholarships. This young lady right here will look you dead in the eye and say, I'm not much of a golfer. But she smiles, she tries, and she's there before everybody every day. She is always, well, other than Jared. Miss Reagan Fuller received the Spirit of Golf Award and Scholarship this year, and that is for athletic honors and excellence in golf. If you will, she will get this week. Golf is a little different than some of these other sports. We have a Pierce JV team, but golf is different because at 6th grade, if you're good enough, you can compete in varsity tournaments. Well, that's where this next young man comes in. 6th grader has a great future in golf if he so chooses to stick with golf. Very athletic young man, very talented in what he's doing. Overall, he is just a great kid. And I have enjoyed being around him this year. Cooper Bertrand. Mr. Caleb Anthony come out this year. This was his first year. Keith and I didn't want you if we had grass left on the driving range for his first practice. But he struggled through it. He finally got where he could tweaking clubs. And you know, golf is not something you just go do. It's something you really have to practice to be good at. But Caleb put his work in, and he'll be back next year. This next young man had Jeremy Bryant call me because he didn't want to call me on the record. I figured that out. To ask me if he could try out for the team. And I told him sure. This was about halfway through our season. Now I've known Dre ever since I've been around Bowling Green, his family, but I didn't have any aspirations that Dre could golf, to be honest with you. The first time I went out and seen him, I was blown away. I think Keith and I both were. He got to play in 3 events this year, and in that short time, he qualified to go to South State as an individual and play. He advanced at South State and went to state and played on the individual side. Great killer. Right here. Brody right beside him. Jude right beside him. Weston beside him. Eli beside him. And Jeremy. So, 7 years ago, when I came to Bowling Green, I asked to let's start a golf team. And they've been gracious enough to let me continue to do it. 6 years ago, Jeremy Bryant joined the golf team. And I made him a promise. What was it, Jeremy? I promised him if he'd stick with me, we'd win South State. This is your South State champions for the 5A this year. I love it when it works like that because it could have very well been the other way. So our South State team that advanced to state this year consists of a freshman, 2 sophomores, a junior, and 2 seniors. Set in the wings is a junior. The other one's a sophomore. Caleb Tate, freshman. Caleb goes to school here, I swear he does. And then Coop. So the future looks very bright, but we always can use more golf. These guys have moved on to state. They finished 5th in the state. Every one of them can look to death in the eye. Every one of them shot their worst round they had all year long at state. Don't know why they did it. I blame it on Dre. That's been his fault. But what they also can look around and tell you is that golf is fun. We have fun. We're competitive. These kids right here have took down Jackson Prep, MRA, Silverman, Oak Forest, Brookhaven. Everybody we want to beat, these kids have beat this year. I'm very proud of y'all. The trophy sitting over here is going in our, I think it's going in that hole in the gym, I'm not sure, somewhere over there. But it's the South State 5A trophy for this year for golf. First one I'm going to call out is my Payne Stewart Award and Scholarship winner. Payne Stewart is a great example of a golfer. He presented himself in a very professional conduct, professional dress. He was an extreme sportsman. He was renowned as one of the greatest, kindest individuals in the game of golf. And every year, the second scholarship we give is for that award. And this year, Mr. Jeremy Bryant will be Payne Stewart. ex-senior, played 3 years, Eli? He played, seems like 18 years. Eli, 2 years ago, or whenever he started, I thought, oh Lord. He couldn't hit a ball, he couldn't swing a club. Eli has one of the prettiest swings out there right now. He's getting very, very consistent with his driver. Still working on his irons a little bit, and probably has next to Weston. Even Weston probably share the best short game in the team. Eli should. I think Coach Jerry mentioned earlier about this kid. Don't have any idea how good he could be. Weston he's a great kid. He's fun to be around. He got a phenomenal golf game when he wants to. He's just multi-talented. You don't think he's picked the direction yet. Whatever direction he picks, I wish him the best, whether it's golf, basketball, or whatever. The kid's got talent in whatever he chooses to do, and he's a joy to coach. Weston Cruz. Jude, I'm going to quit Rawls, is one of our sophomores. He was going to quit, I think we quit counting 96 this year, 96 times this year. But he'd get in his truck and come back every time the next day. And I'm glad he did. Because what I failed to mention from Brody, I believe every one of them broke into the 70s this year, one time or another. And that is something only 2% of all golfers that ever play golf do. It is a great accomplishment. But Jude has a game that when he finds it, is unbeatable. Jude has a phenomenal game when he finds it. He went out right before South State, I believe, or a week or two before. And we were qualifying for their rankings on South State. And I was going to have them play 9 holes. And Jude was 2 or 3 over when he made the tournament. I can't quit at 9, Coach. I got to see what I can do. So him and Brody and Red, I think, continued on. What they didn't know is I hung around to see what he did. I was sitting on the 18th green when he got in to see if he broke 80 or not. And he did. And I was proud of him. Jude Rawls. Brody gets the honor of being the one to tee off first in almost every time. He usually goes out as the #1 player, and sometimes the nerves get him, sometimes they don't. But Brody and Jude both, and Brad as well, are all young. They have several more years here. And we all know how much growing a kid can do in 1 year. And I look for next year to be phenomenal. Brody shot 1 under in the practice round at Hattiesburg Country Club. Brody shot 70 in 2 tournaments, I think, in the 70s. And the worst score he shot was at state, which we've already alluded to. But Brody is a phenomenal golfer with a bright future in golf if he so chooses. 4 of these players up here right now have college coaches calling. So I look for great things in Bowling Green's future when we go posting on Facebook about scholarships. Brody, yes, sir. Brett Schilling come out this year. We officially nicknamed him Mr. 85. He went out one tournament this year and shot 85. He shot in the 90s consistently, which is great for him, because he just started. Brody and you both can tell you, when they started, it was in the 120s, 115. So I was proud of Brett's, from last year to this year, the work he put in. If he continues to do so, he'll be standing right along these four next year, and they'll be having that same trophy in their hand, and hopefully one from state as well. Brett Schilling. Y'all remember to see the boys and girls.
A wonderful night to celebrate these young people and their achievements. And can't say enough of it. When you bring home a blue trophy, it's a big deal. It is a very big deal, and we're very pleased. And congratulations to our golf team for bringing home that blue trophy, bringing home that South State championship. It didn't go the way you wanted it to in state, but guess what? That's why you get to pick them up and again, right? So that's what you'll do. Folks, let's bow our heads and listen. Thank God for our evening, and we'll be dismissed. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we once again bow in your honor. Lord, we ask you to bless the lives of these young people. Lord, we thank you for their achievements. Lord, we thank you for our school. Lord, as we continue to grow, we pray that you will be there with us, that you will walk with us in each step.